the only thing I did differently was I put Tyler Herro in there. And people said it was a heat love, and no, it's not heat love. Tyler Herro is averaging more points than Donovan right now. He's averaging more rebounds than Donovan right now. He's averaging more assists right now. And he's shooting a higher percentage from the field and three-point.
Welcome back to the OGs. It's a Playmaker original presented by DraftKings. It's just us, dog.
So I like it.
It's just us, dog.
Nothing
Talking,
wrong with that.
getting some fan questions before we head out to the Bay for All-Star Weekend.
That's how it used to be before we had money.
And now you rich, and I'm over here asking for the money.
Nah,
We're going to start this episode off a little different. All right, UD, we're going to go to some fan questions. Just it's been a minute.
Hey, hold it. Wait. Don't listen. It's just our opinion.
Yeah.
Y'all ask the questions.
Yeah.
We have to give an answer.
Yeah.
Don't light up my DM with that. It's my opinion. So I had to say that.
But it's always good to get a fan question, Coach, because we have the best fans in the business,
Let's
bro.
do it. Great fans.
And
Love
usually
our
it's a
fans.
guest on here, so we don't get the questions. So now you're going to get the questions.
I got all the answers too.
You got all
I
the
ain't
most.
never wrong.
You got all the
I ain't never
answers.
wrong.
Let's dive right in. Which Big Three championship
Ooh.
was more special and why? I got my answer. Let me hear yours.
Wow. It's a great one.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, because
I'm going with the first one.
you go first. I got my own reasons.
Yeah, the first championship was the most special one because I hadn't had one yet. You already had.
Yes.
That's one. So it's always going to be my favorite one.
Yes.
Two, if we don't win that championship, who the knows what happens?
This is a great point. They blow that up.
We ain't getting to number
They
two.
blow that up.
So for me, number one by a landslide, just because even what we went through that season, right? You have the ending to the season like we had before,
Yes.
which is Dallas, awful,
Terrible.
right? Lockout, gets late start, get
Yeah.
the bumping. Chris Bosh goes down, right? Kevin Love. I'm talking about Cleveland now.
Yes.
Cleveland now. But Chris Bosh goes down. You go into Boston, game 6,
Yes.
down 3-2. They're looking to close out.
Great point.
How epic that LeBron James game was.
Great point.
And then
So-
winning.
So the first one.
The first one for me, it's. I mean, obviously it's close, right? You don't want to favor too many favorites, and when you're talking about your children, but we just don't know if there is a second one. We don't get the first one. So, you'd already had one, so you're a legend. I'm not.
Yes.
That's why.
It's a lot of clutter in here. A lot of but the championship's starting to run together on me. But I'm gonna say the second one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say the second one just because I've never been in a situation where we lost game 1 and we were more confident that we were going to still win the championship. Do you remember losing game 1 in OKC and walking back to the locker room and like, oh, we got these? Like, it was the craziest shit in the world. We had literally just lost game 1 and we walked back in the locker room like, oh, we got these. Like, that's it? Like, and that was crazy to me. And then we proceeded to run off 4 in a row and win it. But obviously, if everybody understood, what OKC was able to do that year with Russ and James Harden, KD and Serge Ibaka. I mean, they were loaded. You know what I'm saying? That was a good basketball team, a good young basketball team. So even though we had LeBron and we had D Wade, I mean, they had their own big three, and it was a younger version of a big three. And I think people thought that.
So you think 2 against San Antonio was more important? It was your favorite over the OKC one?
Yeah, for me, it was. I remember I was already used to winning. I had won a couple. I was used to winning already, so it's a little different for me. But the second one started off, on the road, losing game 1 and walking back into that locker room, and I never, because usually when you lose game 1 in a playoff series, especially the finals, it's panic.
Man,
You're
listen.
nervous. It's like,
Listen.
We lost game 1. We can't lose anymore. We go down 0-2. We in trouble. It was none of those feelings. It was none of that. Remember, we walked in that locker room and we was like, oh, we just let one go.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, like you try to express as a player to friends, to family, to anybody that'll listen, what playoff basketball and NBA Finals basketball is. And you said it there, and it's freaking hilarious that you said it is like, it's wild the emotional roller coaster you're on. You win a game, it's like, oh man, we win this series easy. You lose a game, like, oh, we have no chance.
The world is over. It's the end of the world. You want to take a long walk on a short pier.
When you get done, as broke as my body was, I think I was probably more emotionally wrecked than I was physically, which says a lot. So I'm going number one. He's going number two.
Yeah, I'm
Good
going
question,
number
though.
two. But I mean, listen. But what I will say is one of my favorite moments is as broken as your body was, knocking down them shots with one shoe killer. That was one of the reasons why it almost made me pick the first one. Because that was one of my favorite moments to be a part of, to watch you make those shots all fucked up like that.
Do you think the toughness associated with the Heat culture sometimes has a negative effect when trying to acquire players in free agency? The answer is absolutely not.
Yeah, only if you're lazy. And if you're lazy, then you ain't trying to win anyway.
Yeah.
And we don't want your lazy ass anyway. So, I mean, for me, I don't think so at all. I mean, culture, you know, a standard is for guys that want to get better and want to be held to a standard and want to push themselves to be their best version. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that every day. You have to have that structure, that culture, those people around you, and that pushes you there. Now, that's why we make it clear, and it's very clear about the culture that it is not for everybody. We're not saying this is the only way. This is just the Miami Heat way. This is our way. You know what I mean? And it's not for everybody. And some people are able to reach their best versions in a way more lackadaisical, less demanding, and less stressful environment. For me, I need the chaos. I need the stress. I need to be held to that standard every single day to create that habit.
I think it's a fair question, but I think it's flipped the other way. I think it's actually what attracts people. If you really want to win and you want to be a part of something, like going somewhere else in free agency or anything that you do, there's always unknowns. Yes. With the Heat, there's no unknowns. Yes. You know what the you're getting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to listen and sit down and really want to focus in, listen, man, like, I think it's not a negative effect. It's actually a positive thing. I think people look at it like that's where I want to be, because this is what I want, and there's a lot less unknowns, right? When you go into free agency, you never have to experience this. Yeah. You have free agency, but you never left. I've been on the side of it where I've been traded, free agency. I've done it all, right? The hardest thing is the unknown. Yes. You don't know what they do you don't know how the operation works. Here, there's no questions.
I mean, bro, listen. There's been KD wanted to come. You know, Dame wanted to come. There's been guys that have wanted to come, but there's a business side of it that gets in the way sometimes. But there have been guys that have given Miami attention and opened the doors to making a move to Miami. Now, the business side of it comes into play, and it just hasn't worked out. But guys have been wanting to come to play in the city of Miami. You know what I mean? And that's because they want to be a part of the culture, and the coach is winning. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, like you said, there's the other side of it is if the Heat culture is pushing you away, then you're probably not a worker anyway.
What was y'all reaction in the moment when Ray hit the legendary three-pointer in Game 6?
I was like, Ray, get them goddamn ropes out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, Ray, get them damn ropes up out of here. No, man, listen. Once again, you talk about the playoffs, and you talk about how much of an emotional roller coaster. I remember being down on my knees on that sideline, like just bent over on my knees like I'm praying, watching that game, and then all of a sudden Ray hits that shot, and I'm jumping up. Like just the emotional roller coaster. Being able to handle all those emotions and still stay locked in and focus on the task at hand, I think is what people don't understand is the hardest part.
And that was a crazy game anyways. We went from being down 11 going in the fourth to going up to going back down. Missed free throws, made free throws, blah, 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 tip outs. The thing we keep saying that emotional roller coaster, because even for me, like I was so excited for about 3 seconds, and all of a sudden I thought to myself was, man, Ray, please don't have your heel on the line. Man. please don't have your toe on the line.
I had a perfect view from the angle on the bench.
Don't have your heel on the baseline or the sideline, and don't have your toe on the three-point line. Because I'm telling you, man, like, and we've touched on it on our podcast before. The fact that Ray practiced that exact shot
every single day, but the
fact that he could get those puppies in between those two lines, backpedaling like that, is still amazing. That's why to me when it went in, I was like, oh shit. But I'm like, man, how the did he do it?
Because he lay down in the walking the gym, and he's in the he jump up right behind that. Like what the is Ray doing? Now I see.
But he's got to have a size 13. There ain't much more room.
He literally got up out of the casket, got behind the line, and shot the three.
He got up out the casket. No, but that was elite, though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank you, Jesus Shuttlesworth.
You never know, though. That's what I would say, man. I mean, Ray's preparation, you know, we thought it was crazy, but you never know when you got to get up off the ground from chasing a loose ball and get behind the three-point line, or a tip out, and you got to get behind the three without looking down, get your feet set and knock it down. And that just come from hours of repetition, dog. People don't even understand how professional Ray was. You know what I'm saying? Running on the treadmill every day, getting his shots. So, I mean, that's one thing that I think you and I can say about, you know, that experience. It wasn't just about winning championships. We learned so much.
Oh, God.
We learned so much, bro, from some of the greats and why they were great. We got to see it firsthand.
Man, it was a gumbo soup full of routines and habits.
I like that gumbo.
You know what I mean? Like
routine.
it literally
like
was.
That,
it was like if for any kid, coach, player, it don't matter. A person that wants to thrive to be good at something or great at something, I should say, and be at a high level. If you could have been a fly on the wall of that team, and again, we're biased, but that team was so dope for so many different ways. Guys buying in, guys sacrificing, elite talent. And then just seeing their preparations, their routines, their habits. It wasn't holding people's hands, man. Like it was guys that wanted to play more minutes left, but we still did the we had to do every day for preparation for moments like that. And it's just like, to me, it was, that's some of the stuff I take for anything I do in life anymore was from that team.
Man, no,
Whether it was a culture from the organization, was it the locker room camaraderie, was it, there was so many things, man. Like it's changed me as a person, really.
And that's the biggest thing that, you know, I think you said, because anything that I do in life, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to business and different things like that, I understand the impact of the people around you. Mm-hmm. I understand having good people around you. Mm-hmm. I understand having those uncomfortable but worth it having conversations. Mm-hmm. I understand what it means to push somebody to be their best version on days they don't feel like being pushed. You know what I'm saying? I understand what all those feel like, and I understand how to do those things because of being around that group. You know what I'm saying? Because what people don't understand, as much as I might have wanted sometimes CB's minutes, or sometimes you might have wanted more minutes, we all cared for each other.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Outside the basketball court, you wanted to see CB do well. I wanted to see Dwayne do well. You wanted to see D Wade and Brown. We all wanted to see the guys that were playing in front of us do well. You know what I'm saying? It's
crazy though, for even though
success.
Yes, even though it was basketball, it's like it's really like it's such a blessing. And again, this is not to be corny or anything about it. Like with that team, it was like going to a TED Talk or something, like seeing successful people in their environments. Yes. Right. It's like it's getting free schooling, and I mean that like since we've had the OGs, every guest that we've had on that's been special in their field, there's common denominators, man. And you see it, and when you see it firsthand, you see, you know, again, you had some seasons in Miami, even though you're here the whole time, that weren't so successful. I had seen it. I've seen being really bad. Yes. And you start seeing why you're really bad, why teams are bad. So like it was literally like getting schooled and getting like a doctorate like that. Yes. You know what I mean? Because you're taking Ray Allen, who's been doing this forever. Right, you have James Jones who attacks it completely different, but you got LeBron who brought it every single day. You see D Wade in those moments, Chris Bosh who is a silent assassin, right? Like Birdman bringing his energy and being him every day. Like, and I mean this, like our practices were more lit than games.
Oh my gosh!
And like we should have sold tickets to those.
And I think people don't understand. I think if I'm not mistaken, Brown made a quote the other day, and he talked about the teams, and he talked about that group. And he was just saying a group of dogs. Dogs. And, you know, I think people understood how talented we were. I don't think people understood how hard we worked. How hard we worked, and how hard we worked against each other. Because iron literally was sharpening iron every day. It was a reason why Spo put me on the opposite team from CB, from Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? It was a reason why he would put D Wade on the opposite team from LeBron.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It was a reason why. Because he knew that even though Chris was on my team, I couldn't wait.
I'm glad.
And even though Brown was on D, they couldn't wait. We could not wait for those opportunities in practice.
Man, I'm glad you brought up Spo too. He's a gangster. I love Spo, man.
Love Spo. You know what I'm saying? What people don't understand, man, is to watch the evolution and growth of Spo for me has been amazing, because I understand what people can become. What people don't understand is when I first got here, Spo was just rebounding for me and D Wade, and You know, obviously he was working his way up, but nobody saw this. Nobody saw Spo being what he is now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the greatest that's ever done it. He's one of the greatest that has ever done it. He is literally, and you can't argue that. That's been proven.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if anything, just looking at Spo, our careers have gone kind of similar. Because when I came into the NBA, nobody think that I'd be here right now and had the career that I've had and accomplished the things that I've accomplished. And a lot of those things we've been able to do together. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those things and the things that Spo's been able to do, I've been right there with him. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be playing or whether it be on the bench or whether it be just managing the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I've been right there with him. And a lot of my successes and things that I've had have just become, you know, from things that I've learned, being in that locker room, being in that organization. You know, one thing about heat coaching and the things that we do, yeah, it's not for everybody, but if you take it everywhere and apply it, it works.
That's good, brother.
You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody, but if you take it everywhere and apply it, it works.
Yep.
Who doesn't want a hard worker? Who doesn't want a that's going to be accountable? Who doesn't want a that's ambitious as hell, is going to always strive to be in his best version? And if he doesn't, he's not going to accept that.
Yep. The only thing I dislike about my experience in Miami is that I didn't live in the moment enough, man.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, like, and we've said it on the podcast a million times, but it needs to be said, like, the emotions that go into that and what you're doing and how you're going about it is like, you don't ever enjoy what you're actually and people talk. I heard Kobe say, God rest his soul, man, like, you don't enjoy that part of it. You don't enjoy the practices and the stuff like this, you know, going to the base and doing training camp. Like, yeah, it sucked at the time, but you look back at it like that was dope as shit.
Oh, it was great.
You don't enjoy those, like, you don't, I don't know, man, it's hard to say, like, you just didn't get to sit back and really bask in it, man. Like,
we weren't built like that, kid.
Yeah.
We weren't built like that. We had Navy SEAL mentality. Drop us in wherever the it's at. We'll get it done.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie. For me, it wasn't that wasn't when it was supposed to be fun. For me, it was supposed to be fun on the parade day.
Yeah.
For me, that's when I was able to see the benefits of all the work.
Yeah.
The journey, the process was every day, holding yourself to a standard.
I wish I lived that up a little more though. What is the most hostile crowd you guys played in at Carlos Perez?
I mean, for me, it's always going to be Boston.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the Boston Celtics. You know, that's a lot of intensity and energy, and they love their team, and they don't like the other teams at all. You know, so for me, they get behind their teams, man, and when you walk in that arena, it's literally you against the world, and you can feel it. You can feel it on you. You can feel it all around you.
I'll say this. The easy answer, and I think you're right, is Boston. One, because it was a rival and they were really, really good. You know, first year they have, you know, Rondo, Ray, Paul, Ticket. Mm-hmm. They're a goon squad, man, and they've had their championship pedigree and won. Doc Rivers, the coach, like.
Yes.
So that, I mean, but epic places to play. Obviously, the Garden on playoffs is freaking in New York. Madison Square Garden playoffs is freaking electric. But the answer is Boston, just because of, I guess, the level of it. The level. Chicago's a too now. Remember that opera singer out there, the #1 seed? Opera singer come out there and get the national anthem.
We had some in Indiana as well.
Indiana
some credit too.
Yo,
I mean, that was
that East was a.
Man, it was a getting out of Indiana, bro. It was a getting out of there.
I mean, you think about that. You had Boston, who won a championship, #1 seeds in Chicago. Indiana's big and physical and tough, I mean, with young little whippersnappers.
Chicago was big and physical and
yes,
tough.
They were.
Chicago,
and Joakim.
Yeah. Taj Gibson.
Yeah, Taj Gibson. They were good.
Yeah. That was.
And that little Thundercat Derrick Rose at the time.
Yeah.
Shout out D Rose. Love to do that. What?
The East was a
man. Listen.
But I would give the edge to Boston. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's been built over the years. I mean, we talk about basketball culture, we talk about history. That's been built over the years. They have a reason to be passionate about their basketball. It's not, it's not misplaced.
No doubt.
So you got to give credit where credit due, what Boston has been able to do as an organization over the years. My brothers, y'all know that sound. It's time. It's time to talk about stepping up your grooming without stepping all over your wallet. Introducing the Handyman Rocket Man Special Edition from Manscaped, the ultimate grooming tool designed to deliver precision and comfort in one sleek, easy-to-use device. Whether you're looking for a trim, a shape, or a detailed touch-up, the Handyman Rocket Man is built to handle shaving your face with ease. The Handyman is a sleek, powerful, compact shaver that helps guys ditch the mess. Cordless and designed for convenience. It easily fits in the bathroom drawer or slips into an overnight gym bag for easy grooming on the go. It's engineered with a unique dual blade system featuring a standard 4 shaver and a long hair trimmer blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. What's even better is the Handyman comes equipped with skin shave technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts for the perfect clean shave. Whether you're a grooming newbie or a seasoned pro, the Handyman is the perfect upgrade to your grooming regimen. But there's limited quantities available, fellas, so you gotta act fast. Join the over 11 million men who trust Manscaped and upgrade to the Handyman Rocket Man. You can use my code OGs for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code OGs at manscaped.com. Don't miss out. Upgrade your grooming game with Manscaped today.
Got one for you. What financial lessons did you learn through your years in and out of the NBA?
What financial lessons did I learn through my years in and out of the NBA? Oh, man. How to say no.
That's a good one.
You got to learn how to say no.
You said no to me a lot.
Oh, stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Never. You got to learn how to say no, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to say no, and, you know, instead of giving people money, put people in position. You know, I think one of my biggest decisions was to say, no, I won't give you money, but I'll give you a job. No, I won't pay for your rent, but I'll provide housing in my community. So the biggest thing I've learned about my finances is that giving people money financially is just putting dollars in their hand is crippling. It's just a shot of whiskey. It only helps for a little bit of time, and eventually they're gonna need another shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to empower people outside of giving them money. I've learned to put jobs in my community. I've learned to put housing in my community. I've learned to find situations where, you know, I can put you in position to do the things that you need to do without going to jail or getting yourself in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So the financial lessons I've learned, man, is to, you know, help people be able to provide for themselves instead of trying to do it for them.
I think one of the biggest things I learned in it is because of the platform that we're on and where we're at and understanding, you know, people see what we make for money, is finding things, A, that you know and are passionate about, B, that you can impact that company or business. If you're talking about just actually finances and investing, is how you can impact that with outside of just money.
Yes.
And then just because we're basketball dudes and we're hoop dudes, do the like you would a basketball team. Accountabilities, roles, yes, responsibilities, and literally understanding what you're getting into, man, like awareness,
yes,
right? Knowing what you're good at. Yes,
with
surround yourself. You talk about our locker
people.
Exactly right. You talk about the locker room, man. This is just even to anyone that's invested. My thing is like it's all about people.
Yes.
Ideas come and go, man.
Yes.
I've heard the best ideas in the world. The ones that have been successful, the ones like, damn, I didn't even know if that was going to be a good idea, but the right people were running it.
Yes, and also in professional sports and outside of sports, if you're doing anything just based off the money,
yeah,
I think that's, you know, the money will come. But like you said, working with good people, building relationships, having those understanding that both of you have the same goals, you're like-minded, I think that's the things that will help you be successful when it comes to business on and off the basketball court.
Here's a good question. And UD, I want you to take your sunglasses off and I want you to speak into the camera. When CB, Ray Allen, or Birdman going on the podcast?
Man, listen. Ray, I just seen you the other day.
Razor?
Yeah,
we ride a bike probably.
Ray, I just
running 7 miles.
My son played against Ray's son.
Oh yeah, I saw him coaching last year, 2 years ago.
I just saw Ray the other day, so that should be an easy one.
Come on, Ray.
We got to find Bird.
Birdman in a bunker somewhere.
He out here somewhere.
Hey, you heard? I'm calling him right now.
He probably heard you too. He's like, come flying in here right now.
Bird flap.
We're in CB. We got to find CB.
Oh yeah.
It might be harder to find CB.
We got to dust him off.
It might be harder to find CB.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Bird.
I ain't going to lie to you. I want to dust him off. I want to talk to him about the books he used to read in the locker room. We be getting ready for the most freaking excruciating game in our lives. That must be over there like this.
Listen, I'm in the locker room.
I said, damn, this ain't got a care in the world and go out and ball out. CB, you a bad boy.
Locker room, listen to Tupac, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, No Limit, them other. And CB's over here reading the books and Kumbaya. I'm like,
Hey, what were you listening to from No Limit?
No Limit, them and all that. I was ready for whatever, killer. Oh, listen, all I know is after the game, all of us ain't coming out. That's all I know. We're going to lose a few. So that's all I'm literally in my mind getting ready for bloodshed. CB's over there reading Allan Poe and Edgar Allan Poe and shit. I'm like, I don't understand, but whatever you need, dog. Whatever you need, CB, let's go.
You ain't lying. Hey, but guess what? He was a savage one to tip.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody had their own thing.
That's
Remember
what I'm
Shane?
saying. Yes, that's why. Yes, go ahead and talk about Shane real quick. I'm going to touch on
Shane
it.
over there reading analyticals.
Yeah.
I'm like, them numbers, Shane. It's time to cut a bitch throat out here. But everybody had their own way that they got ready to go out there and perform.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see Brian put his headband on 15 times.
Yeah, 15.
Brian, it's all right. It's straight this time. You ain't got to do it no more.
Fold his clothes 36 times.
Fold his clothes. That was crazy.
Hey, I'm telling you though, man, it goes back to what we said, man. It was a gumbo of routines and habits. Everyone was different, and if you sat back and you saw it, like you see every human's different. Birdman would be energetic and crazy. Man, let me get that cup of mud.
Let me get that mud.
Every time you walk in, use a cold ass honky. Let me get that mud.
Vente, 4 shots. I already tell you what it is. Chai tea latte. Vente, 4 shots, 5 pumps hazelnut, 5 pumps vanilla.
Yep. It was
2% milk, man. 140 degrees, dog. Extra hot. I remember that drink like it was yesterday.
Get that mud.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that shit was fun as hell. But with that being said, it's a great question. CB, come on now.
Ray, I gotta tap in with you.
Come on now.
I gotta tap in
Birdman.
with you. I know you out here somewhere, Ray. My son just played your son the other day now.
It's hard to get Birdman though. You don't have a cell phone. You got send a crow. You got to send a crow to him.
I could probably find Bird. People, y'all don't remember me and Bird used to be the Bash Brothers.
Yeah, the Bash Brothers.
We was planning to be professional wrestlers when we retired.
Dog,
we was gonna be a tag team.
Dog, that'd been an elite tag team first of all.
Whooped ass.
That'd been an elite tag team.
You could have been like our Mean Gene. You could have been like our Mean Gene, dog. We walk out and you walk out beside us with the Mean Gene spot.
I would have loved to. I'd have loved to be Mean Gene. I'm gonna give you a Birdman story. This was crazy. Remember that big ass like 18-wheeler truck thing he had?
Yes.
That had the freaking semi horn or a train horn on it. Yeah. I'll never forget this, man. He took me to the airport one day after practice. First of all, he's going 175,000 miles an hour.
I'd never ride with Bird.
And he'd get behind a car like a small Corvette. First of all, you understand how big it was a semi truck basically. Yeah. It barely fit in our parking garage. I don't think it did. I think we had to walk out of the parking garage to get in. We get in it, and he's hauling up behind like a Corvette or a Lamborghini or something. He hits that horn. Oh, I can't imagine the shit that came out of that dude. I said, it scared the shit out of me. I'm in the passenger seat.
Man, yeah, I ain't riding.
Man, Hey, but that tells you who Birdman is. That's what Birdman did.
Bird's one of my favorite teammates.
Oh,
that was my dog.
Legend.
That was my dog, Miss Bird.
Legend. Mike, bro, would you ever consider doing some ESPN sometime? I'll let UD hold that shit down. I did it. He's elite at it. I suck at it.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
But I appreciate the gas. UD, you're good at that.
No, you did it first.
How you enjoying it?
You did it first. I mean, I like talking sports. I like talking basketball. So, you know, for me, watching the game, I'm going to complain about it anyway. People ain't doing the right shit, so I might as well get paid for it. Yeah, it's hard for me to watch a game of basketball without breaking it down and complaining about the shit that ain't being done right. So, like, if I'm gonna get paid for it, why the fuck not? I just got to put on a suit and be up early in the morning. That's the only part.
It's early too, Coach.
Early.
It's early.
Early at the word.
I actually enjoyed ESPN. It was
5 a.m.
But it was time to move on.
Cracking.
Huh?
I'm early. I'm up at 5 a.m.
Man, that's early. Oh yeah, the car wash starts early now.
Yeah, you got to hit that first take. First, you got to get up. You got first take. Then it depends on what the schedule is for the rest of the day. ESPN hits different things like that. But I'm in my element with that camera. Come on, killer.
Yeah, you're doing a lead job.
It's like work.
You're doing a lead job, Coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad we talked about you doing ESPN right now because we have a new format and we're about to go out to the Bay Area. We have a new format for All-Star break, for All-Star game.
How do you feel about this?
I mean, my initial reaction is I'm an old school dude. I love when East-West just went out there and bump. But I've also never been an All-Star, so I don't know. You know, and I mean this sincerely. But I want to say something though, because I hear the criticisms, right? They don't play hard. They don't listen, man. With all due respect, the guys that are in the All-Star game have heavy lifting the entire year.
Yes.
Right? If you asked your fan base, if you asked your ownership, if you asked everybody, would you want a healthy, good, strong LeBron James at the end of the season, blah, blah, blah? The answer is always going to be yes.
Yes, I agree.
So again, it's not fair to me to answer this question because the easy answer as an OG and loving the All-Star games growing up would say, man, just East-West, let's go ride this thing out. Let's see who wins. But I also, like I said, never been an All-Star. I was never one of those guys that had to do all. I mean, I had times where I was one of the best players on the team, but it was never like I wasn't at the All-Star level. So it wasn't. It's hard. I don't know what their bodies feel like. I don't know where they're at.
I mean, my question is, how does this help them play harder?
I think
still have the same guys.
I think it can. I think it can. The only reason I think it can is because it's to 40. It's not a long ass game, so it's not going to be grueling and taxing.
Killer, they don't be playing no minutes anyway in an All-Star game.
But I'm saying though, but I'm saying in this situation here, like the format's dope. It's dope.
Listen here, man.
I'm old school though. I'm old school.
Play hard. Drop that 500,000. How you do
when
that?
Every one of them making
when they
60
win that
million.
in-season championship.
Every one of them making 60
They
million.
still want an extra 500.
Yeah, they might the last 8 minutes.
You want to? Okay, that's fine.
I know, but this way right here.
If the motherfuckers go for blood the last 8 minutes, then the fans got their money worth.
Yeah, I think they go for blood the last 8 minutes now, anyways. I think.
No,
you don't think so?
No, they don't be playing. But nobody wants to get hurt. Respectfully, I understand it.
It's hard.
I get it.
It's hard.
I get it
because you look at.
But I don't understand how changing the format is gonna make them play hard.
I don't disagree.
If they're not gonna play hard, they're not gonna play hard.
Like I think the reality of the situation is we gotta take the All-Star game for what it is. It's a celebration of how good these.
Yeah.
They are, and if you're gonna have them 82 games, and listen, man, I'm so thankful and blessed this NBA that this thing exists. Yes. But it's you can't just keep whipping the horse.
Yeah, two things can be true.
100%.
Two things can be true.
Like why not? Like, I mean, it's been floated out there. I think would be really really dope is a 1v1 tournament.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
But think about that.
But I'm telling you, Killer, these NBA sensitive.
They are.
Nobody want to talk about how I cooked you on one-on-one. Nobody want to hear that.
That's why this be dope.
I'm just telling you, nobody's gonna want to hear that.
It's easy for me to say.
Honestly, you think Ant want to hear if he lost or that? If Ant beat Shea in one-on-one, you think Shea want to hear that? Especially if he just walked away with MVP. All the fans don't want to talk about is how he lost to Ant one-on-one, even if he won MVP.
Coach, I'm with you.
Nobody not doing
That's
that.
why it'd be dope. I'm not saying they want to do it
on 2K. I ain't buying that one.
I would be dope.
I ain't buying that one. I ain't buying that one.
Yo, listen, I ain't gonna you. I would pull up with popcorn, whatever the ticket costs. I'm watching that. These dudes are so special, bro.
They are, Killer. But what I'm telling you is they're not gonna put themselves in
I know they're not
to get cooked one-on-one.
We're talking hypotheticals, Coach.
Okay, we talking hypotheticals.
Would it be dope or no?
Huh?
Would it be dope or no? You're gonna find out who's a real dog.
I wouldn't mind it, Killer, but I just
who wins it?
I don't think these guys.
How about this? Who wins?
KD.
Yee. The sniper. I love that. KD.
Boy, if I'm betting against KD. 6'10", pull up like he left his phone when he get to his spot. Pop your ass, boy. If he missed, the wind was blowing. If he missed when he got to his spot, the wind was blowing. It wasn't your defense. Just know that.
You ain't lying.
If he got this spot and he missed, it wasn't your defense.
Here, let's be honest. Anyone that says they shut down KD, he just missed a shot.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah.
Your defense ain't bothered him.
But what I will say is, what I do like about it is the rising stars and the young guys being able to be involved. Because them young motherfuckers don't play hard.
Yep.
And that's what I will say. If the old motherfuckers don't play, them young boys gonna kick y'all ass.
They're gonna bring the level to
the young motherfuckers gonna play.
Yep.
So that's what I like about bringing those group of guys into it, because whoever wins that game is into the 4-team tournament, correct?
Yes.
And those are gonna play hard.
Yeah, go back to the format real quick, because I'm curious if Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny, which would be hilarious by the way, are they picking the teams and coaching? I would love to hear.
So who's coaching the Rising Stars?
I don't know, Coach. I'm learning the format too. I'm just trying to figure it out. But if Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny are picking the teams and coaching it, that could be really interesting in the huddles. That might be my CTV.
I don't know what kind of coaching they're gonna be doing.
I wonder if it's still East-West coaching. It's interesting how they're doing it, because now East-West coaching, right? Like, how's that work? There's 4 teams.
Be drawing up plays and
so Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny are just the GMs.
They just pick the team.
They're GMs. We'll see how good the GMs are. That's going to be funny.
No, it's going to be fun watching them young dudes. I think the younger guys will make them play. Because you're going to get your ass whooped. You're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah, that's going to be
the hardest part. It's always easy to not play hard when the other people not playing hard.
Yeah.
But if somebody else
You
is
don't
playing
know.
harder, you not.
It goes back to what you
get your ass
said. It
embarrassed.
just goes back to what you said about 1v1. No one wants to be embarrassed on that
Yeah,
stage.
nobody wants to be embarrassed now. So
No.
you bringing that group of young.
Especially good dudes that are good like at this level, because the reason you're there is the ego too.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
bringing
get
that group
cooked.
of young, and they get Steph or Bron in front of them. Them gonna be on go.
Let's go with the starters. Let's look at the starters. I'm gonna throw it at you real quick. What do you think, West and East? Joker, KD, LeBron, Shea, Steph. I mean, I can't argue with those. Giannis, Kat, Jalen, Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum. What do you think? They got it right?
They got it right, but I mean, for me,
I'm never taking KD, LeBron, or
this is
Steph
where it's
off
going to
anything.
go. This is where it goes based on your team or based on your individual accolades.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and this is not a knock on Donovan Mitchell because I love Donovan Mitchell personally and as a basketball player. And Cleveland's got the #1 record right now in the East. But when I had this conversation, we talked about ESPN, and I had this same conversation. I had the same thing in front of me, and I had the same list, and the only thing I did differently was I put Tyler Herro in there. And people said it was a heat love, and no, it's not heat love. Tyler Herro is averaging more points than Donovan right now. He's averaging more rebounds than Donovan right now. He's averaging more assists right now, and he's shooting a higher percentage from the field and three-point. So, but I do understand that when you're playing on a great team, a good team, when he's sharing with Darius Garland, Mobley's got to get his, other guys got to get involved. That might impact his numbers just a little bit. But across the board, Tyler Herro has better numbers than Donovan Mitchell. That was the only difference that I put in.
First and
Tyler
foremost, Tyler Herro's an all-star. Let's get that out the way.
Oh, for sure.
Tyler Herro's an all-star. I am a little bit surprised that you did that because you have been a winner your whole life. At one point, I think when this thing came out, they were 35-4.
What, this?
The Cavs, when it came out, when the starters came out, I think they were 35-4 at the time.
When the starters came out, they were 35-4?
They've lost 3 of the last 5, I believe. But when they came out, they're 35-4.
I don't know about that, Killer. We might got to check that.
Let's get a stat check on these guys.
When did this come out?
Huh?
When did this come out?
A week ago?
They were 35-4 a week ago?
I think so.
I don't know about that, Killer.
They were close. They were #1 in the East by a
They
landslide.
were #1 in the East.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. So what the f that mean? Did the whole starting 5 get in and nobody else?
No, but I think that they deserve a starter. They deserve a starter. You don't think they deserve a starter? Listen, man, I'm a Tyler Herro. I love Tyler Herro. And let me tell you something. He is an all-star, and I'll die on saying that. But Donovan Mitchell, man, you're again 35-4. Yeah, right now they're 37-9. They lost.
You get 35-4
Because they were 35-4 about 10 days ago. I think they lost 4 of their last 5. Almost positive.
Yeah, I don't think they were 35-4 a week ago, Killer. But they have the best record. This is true. They have the best record. This is true. So why the f they don't got 2 in? Why the Knicks got 2?
Hold on, here we are. Yeah, so they got beat by the Rockets. They got beat by the 76ers. They got beat by the Rockets again. They beat the Suns.
And they lost to the Cavs.
Yeah, they lost to the Cavs.
They lost to the Pacers. So they lost 4.
They lost 4. So they're basically 35-4.
35-5.
35-5. My fault. 35-5. That's impressive, bro.
It's still a regular season.
No, I agree, but that's what the All-Star game is for. It's not. Again, I'm telling you right now. I'm just surprised because you value winning.
Yeah,
really,
but I got to look at numbers. All-Star ain't just about
Tyler
winning.
Herro's an all-star, brother.
Listen, but All-Stars is not just about winning.
I agree.
Because there's people that are winning, but
I agree.
Why the f I'm going to put them in the All-Star game?
I agree.
And if we're going to go with the team that has the best record, then why don't Cleveland have 2 people in and the Knicks only got 1? We can switch that around. Because just as easily that Garland can get in.
You know what that's about.
I'm just asking.
A big-ass market right there, Coach.
I'm just asking, though, if we're talking about the teams and the records, then the best
I mean, you should have 2 Celtics in there, too. I agree.
The Celtics can have 2 guys in.
I agree.
I mean, we can go on.
We can have this tit for tat.
Milwaukee can have 2 guys in. You can have a conversation why Dame's not in there.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you.
So if we're going to have a conversation about why all these guys aren't in there, I'm just going to go to the numbers to make it easy.
Yep.
And if you go to the numbers and make it easy for myself, Tyler Herro has better numbers.
I mean, it goes the same thing, right? Like
I'm
never taking Steph out of anything. The greatest shooter I've ever seen in my entire life. But based on there being 11th or 12th in the West right now, if we're serious, so you're right. Like this is an argument we can. It's a debatable thing because I've never taken Steph out of anything, so he's getting it for sure. Okay, so it goes against my point of the Donovan Mitchell one. So I'm actually
in the East right now.
I know.
It ain't like they don't.
I know. I'm contradicting myself because I would never like KD. I'm always putting there.
Yeah.
Like LeBron, KD, and Steph, I've never taken out of there. Their team overall success hasn't been good for any of their teams this year. Let's be honest.
And don't get me wrong. Listen, if Tyler Herro numbers weren't better, then
I agree.
there's
I
no
agree.
conversation.
Listen, Tyler Hero's an all-star to me. I love the
there's no
fucking kid.
conversation here.
I think
But his numbers are better.
He's got
I
it.
think he deserves to be all-star. The boy handing out 30 pieces like Lueve bags. Like he dropping 30. He dropping 30s now. You know what I'm saying? He dropping 30 balls, dog. So like that was the only thing that I did differently. But once again, this is not a knock on Donovan. Two things can be true.
100%. And when
with Donovan,
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Staying in the All-Star game. Is the dunk contest cooked, bro?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know how many more dunks they can do.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know how much higher they're going to jump unless you're going to drop in from the ceiling.
Listen, I mean, yeah, I've been preaching this for the last 5 years. After Vince Carter and Gordon and Blake Griffin and like
T-Mac and Vince was in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you talk about those guys, like anyone that comes after them, freaking, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's
like
tough.
I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Tough.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do. You know, I know we got to do it, but like, and it's gonna be dope.
I mean,
and I'm excited. I'm excited for these young kids, but.
And we can't even go back to the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon.
Come on, man.
Oh my
and
gosh.
those were classic. That's actually a great segue to our
locked in
top 5 All-Star moments according to one Udonis Haslem.
You want mine?
I'm gonna give you one, and then you can run.
Okay.
Walked into the locker room, looked around.
Yeah. I already know where you're
going. As the story goes,
I already know where you're going with this one.
Which one of you is shooting for second?
Yeah.
And then guess what he did? On the last ball, the rack didn't even watch it go in, gave the crooked ass finger. Larry the Legend Bird is an all-star #1 moment for the kid over here.
It's no coincidence you picked the white guy.
Yee!
No coincidence.
It ain't
been but a few of them in the All-Star game. You picked the one.
Dope moment.
Yeah. Right. That is a moment.
Didn't even take his warm-ups off. How about that? Which one of y'all shoot for second? I ain't gonna take my warm-ups off. Well, wasting time out here.
Another moment. My boy D-Wade got MVP.
Ooh.
That was a moment for me. Watching D-Wade get MVP of the All-Star game.
Ooh.
That was a moment for me.
Vince Carter dunk contest?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
I'm going to get there. That's one of them.
So I only get one.
That's one of them because he's a Florida boy.
Yee.
You go next. I'll go back.
I'm going to go to Vince Carter dunk contest.
Okay.
I think just...
But that one for me was Vince and
T-Mac, 100%. And T-Mac, yes.
Boys.
Florida boys.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. The Vince and T-Mac was epic.
Florida boys.
That
was epic for me.
T-Mac, awesome teammate, by the way.
They think we don't play basketball down here in Florida.
Some in
grinds my gears.
Some in your water down here because the most ridiculous athletes I've ever seen in my life. Not athletes down here. Athletes. But that dunk contest, man, I set it off, man. Like,
no,
I mean, I have one other moment that's before that, but that moment was one that always, like, that one, unfortunately, almost ruined dunk contest until Blake and them came around. But go ahead.
This is true. Ain't no man to do it like that. Then
to the moon.
They pointed to the moon. Magic.
That's
what we talked about earlier. We talked about Magic coming back, after everything he went through. And playing in the All-Star game and how he was embraced. You know what I'm saying, by those guys out there playing with him, with everything, and then to come back and win MVP. I think that was a dope moment for me to watch.
Super dope.
You know what I'm saying? I was one of those guys where, not understanding the virus. When I heard
no one knew. We thought he was dead.
When I heard it, I thought it was over for
No
him.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So to see that, and then fast forward to see now.
Now, I know, what a legend. No doubt. What a legend.
If I could model myself after the things that he's done in the business world, I would. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be on the fly on the wall in one of Magic's business meetings just to listen. For real, just to listen, bro.
Yeah.
Look at what he's done with the Commanders.
The Dodgers.
Look at the Dodgers. Like, he's attached himself to winning.
Iconic winning.
And he's impacted winning and moved the needle, dog.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out Magic, man.
For sure. Obviously, I have to go this route, man. 2 posters I had in my room was Bird's 3-point and MJ with the gold chain dunk contest.
That was some cold.
No, come on, man. Like, come on,
MJ
man.
with the gold chain was
Come
cold.
on, man.
Was
Rockle by baby from the free throw line, gold chain popping out.
Is that the one where they had the Chicago uniform, but it was written in cursive?
Yes, so dope, bro. So dope.
Oh,
like, and again, these are like those are my all-star moments because they impact me. These are my all-star moments, right? Those are the things like, yo, like I'd do anything to be out there in that stuff.
Yeah.
Like him doing that, Birds 3, like, man, come on, man. It was him and Dominique going at it. Like that was fresh.
No, I mean,
Gold chain, sweatpants on.
those were some of the greatest moments.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
And these are the reasons why we love.
No
These are the reasons why we love.
No
this game.
doubt. No doubt.
Because of moments like that. And then when you see like that, and then you go home and you watch Come Fly With Me.
Come on, man. Come fly with me, man. This was
Then you go to the park with your homeboys,
Exactly,
and you come back and watch more Come Fly With Me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
Come
that was
Fly
the
With Me is
vibe,
dope.
dog. You feel me?
Oh, we talk about the dunk contest. Give us a 3-point one. This next segment.
Oh, man. MVP moments presented by Tommy John. By 3-point moments.
Dame is back-to-back champ, coach.
Yeah, damn right. Ain't nothing wrong
Kinda
with Dame
elite.
time. Ain't nothing wrong with Dame time.
No,
now.
ain't nothing
Are
wrong
we
with that
picking- Are we
watch.
picking? Are we picking our favorite?
Yeah. Yep.
These are the contestants.
No, they ain't the contestants.
I was gonna say, this is
It
right here.
looks like Tommy John wants us to put some big guys in there.
I mean, some big guys deserve to be in there.
I agree. Cat won it 3 years ago.
The big guy deserve to be in
Cat's the last guy that won it.
there. Listen,
Who else you putting in the big guys?
I mean, right now,
Not a
Joker-
damn one of
Right
them.
now, well, he has a slow release and doesn't shoot a lot, but right now, Joker leads the league in 3-point percentage.
I'm just telling you right now, I love Joker, my young buck.
I ain't say he gonna be in the contest.
He
but
got a
lead
better
the league in
chance of
3-point
tongue
percentage.
kissing Jaws than winning a 3-point
I'll
contest.
just say he lead the league in 3-point percentage.
No, that's one of my. It might be my. I love the dude.
But if
no
we put-
chance he's not 3-point.
But the only guys, the only big that I'm going to put in there is Cat. If I'm putting,
Yeah, because Cat won it. I would too.
and Cat shooting 45% from.
Nas
three
Reed might not be bad. Might not be bad.
Cat shooting 45% from 3 this year. You hear what I said?
What'd you say?
Cat shooting 45% from 3 this year.
Gosh, damn.
45.
45.
Dirk was 38 for his career.
Yeah.
Not saying Cat a better 3-point shooter than Dirk. Because
It
we can
kinda
have this
sound like you-
conversation about who the
kinda
big-
sound
who the
like
best
you
shooting
saying
big ever is.
It kind of like you sound like you
But
saying that.
just know Cat got a Gatling gun now.
He does got a Gatling
Got a
gun.
Gatling.
Speaking of Gatling guns, let's talk about the Gatling gun. Caitlin Clark.
Ooh.
Are we seeing the Caitlin Clark Steph from last year's Steph Sabrina, or what are we doing?
I think we switch it up, man. We bring Caitlin Clark and we bring in another NBA player. Not
I like
Steph
it.
again. We get
I like
somebody
it.
else.
By the way,
Steph did it.
tough spot for Steph to be in last year because
Steph did it last year.
yeah, and she came
Steph
out
did it last year.
firing.
I mean, you want a guy, is it going to be somebody who's an all-star that's already in the three-point
Yeah.
competition?
I mean,
Or just an all-star?
oh, should be interesting.
Because I got a couple of names that I think that
Oh,
would
go
be
for it.
great
Let
to
me hear-
see
let me
in
hear.
that situation.
Let me hear it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, once again, he's probably not going to be a starter. But if he gets in, I would love to see maybe Tyler Herro. You know
Let's
what I'm
do
saying?
it.
I would love to see Tyler Herro.
Well, we can get that done, can't we?
And Caitlin Clark. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good one.
I feel like we get that done.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope last year, Stephen Sabrina.
You can't put no guy. You can't put a scorer out there because
No.
Caitlin gonna light his ass up. You got to get somebody out there that can shoot. You can't just put a guy because he averaged 27. Oh yeah, we just gonna throw him out here. No, them girls can shoot, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah, them ladies can shoot.
Ratchet.
You know
And
what I'm saying? So
Caitlin
you got to get it. You got somebody out there that can shoot.
Caitlin got a
You know
geezer
what I'm
too.
saying?
She
To
got a
be able
strap.
to compete.
Man, I like it. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
I think it'll be fun. What about Wemby? We talking about bigs in the three-point competition. Wemby. He averaged 9 threes a game. Killer. He
Yeah.
shoot 9 a game.
Yeah.
Would you like to see Wemby out there?
I mean, I would. I would. I don't think he's one of the best shooters in the league, but it'd be fun to see him out there. I mean, it'd be
Coming
fun.
from one of the best shooters that ever played.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a chance to be.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, bro, like that dude's an alien. There's a reason that his logo's an alien. The moon's an alien. But right now, I mean, he'd be interested to see for sure. Be interested to see because he gets him up in games, man. So
No, he shoot 9 threes.
he
a
probably
game.
deserves to be in it. What's his percentage?
Great question. I'm thinking he's around 35.
Be interesting. But I mean, he get 9 threes a game. That's freaking elite, bro.
That's a lot of threes.
God, good for him. 35. Damn, pretty good there, coach.
What did I say?
Shooting
said
9.1 a
35,
game.
didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I
That's
was
pretty
on the
good.
dot.
Pretty good, coach. Pretty
I
good,
was on
coach.
the dot.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, listen, obviously, special talent, man. Would be interested to see him in the 3-point contest.
Or we talking about the greatest shooters, or maybe we dust off Clay. Let Clay get
Man, that man had 7 trays in the first quarter the other day.
Let Clay and Caitlin go.
We should do an old school 3-point contest.
Let Clay and Caitlin go.
We should do an old school 3-point contest and roll my old ass out there in a wheelchair.
Hey, killer. Hey, listen. you got a chance now. You got a chance.
Hey, listen.
You like Mahomes. I ain't gonna bet against you. That's what I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna bet against you. I ain't doing that.
As long as I got to play defense, I'll be straight.
Yo, I just got my brand new Tommy John underwear. Hey, man, your boy love these. They silky, soft, breathable. I can shoot in them. I can work out in them. You name it. I'm always my best when I got on my Tommy Johns. I ain't gonna even lie, killer. These the most comfortable drawers your boy ever had. I wish I was still hooping. And fellas, trust your boy when I tell you, the ladies love these too. I have been personally told it matters what you put in your pants, my boy. What could be better? Tommy John is definitely the MVP of my underwear drawer. Fellas, don't miss out on the hype. Get 25% off your first order right now at TommyJohns.com/OGs. Save 25% off at TommyJohns.com/OGs.
Hey, before we get out of here, man, and we see everybody out there at the All-Star Weekend in the Bay Area, appreciate y'all fans, bro, for real. Like, subscribe, follow, man. Y'all are part of the heartbeat of this thing, OGs.
Got the best fans in the world, man.
Before we get out of here, give them some OG advice before we dip out of here, brother.
OG advice?
Yeah.
I would say for me is what we talked about earlier, and we talked about, business and different things, man. Don't compromise who you are to fit other people's narrative of you. Focus on being yourself and being your best version, because most of the time, everybody don't want the best for you. So just focus on being your best version, man, and don't change who you are to fit other people's narrative, man. Bounce to the beat of your own drum.
You know what I thought was a gangster quote, by the way? McClure, the wide receiver from the Commanders.
What'd he say?
His pregame speech when he was walking out, it was basically just be you, right? But be who you say you are.
That's a great one.
Be who you say you are, right? I was like, damn, okay. If you say you a motherfucking dog, be a dog.
That's a great one. And I would say that if you're a real dog, you don't pick it. And I always say that. If you're a real dog, you don't get to pick and choose when you be a dog. That's who you are.
That's who you are.
Yeah, I can align with that. If you're a real dog, you can't pick and choose when to be a dog.
That's right. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. OGs out.